Okay, so my name is Cindy Pineda, and my IG handle is Sid's Closet.
And do you have a YouTube or anything else?
I do have a YouTube. I have a TikTok and YouTube also under the name Sid's Closet. I'm not on YouTube as much as I want to be, but I am on TikTok.
So why Sid's Closet?
I guess because growing up, I never had like a nickname. My name was just Cindy. I didn't have a middle name, so I kind of created a nickname for myself and kind of Sid's and kind of with closet, just having you come into my closet and see how I'm dressing and to inspire you. So that's where I came up with Sid's Closet.
And now, are you a native Angelino?
Yes, I am originally from the San Fernando Valley. I am from Sun Valley.
And you said that like that. You said that proud with your
I
whole
am
chest
so
out.
proud to be an A1A girlie. I am.
No.
I am proud to be an A1A girlie.
Anybody listening, just ignore that. She has really good taste, except for the 818.
No, I'm so proud. I am very proud of where I came from. It's made me the person that I am. So I forever will be till this day. My phone number is still an 818 number.
Okay, what does that mean? Made you the person that you are today?
Well, I lived my whole life there. I went to school there. I made my closest friends that I have to this day are also from Sun Valley. I met them in middle school. So to me, that's where I spent the majority of my life. My dad was not really a person that would go outside of his comfort zone. So we stayed a lot in the San Fernando Valley.
Okay, I'm not going to say ugh, but okay. All right. So yes, I live in LA. So San Fernando Valley feels like a different state.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I went to school in downtown, so it is.
That's a hike.
Yeah, it's definitely completely different.
And now, so a few minutes ago, you told me that you went to FITM.
Yes.
So here you are. You're like 15 years old. Your parents are like, "What do you want to do with your life?"
Mm-hmm.
And you say,
"Yeah, I mean, I want to be in fashion." That's what I told them. Like anyone, teachers, my parents, I was always like, I want to be in fashion. Did I know exactly what I wanted to do in fashion at that age? No. I knew that I didn't want to design, but I knew that I wanted to be involved in the industry. So my parents were very supportive. They're like, as long as you go to school and you get it, that's all they were worried, and you get a job after, that's all they wanted for me.
And why not move to New York or Paris?
Honestly, I grew up very poor in a poor family, so I did not have the finances to move. I couldn't go to New York. I did look into going to the Art Institute in San Francisco because I was like, well, it was in New York.
It's pretty close. It's
pretty close, yeah. So, but that was still very expensive.
Yeah, San Francisco is more expensive than New York. So.
Yeah, so I thought, why not get to know LA? I mean, I live right here. Like LA was literally like 20 minutes from the San Fernando Valley. So plus I was able to still stay at home and go to school.
Great. Okay. And what did you study there?
I studied visual communications.
Oh my God, I need you so much. I cannot visually communicate. Okay, so you graduate, you've got this fancy degree from FITM in visual communications. What happens next?
Well, I started working. I started interning while going to school. I figured out what I wanted to do. I knew that I loved building displays and styling mannequins, and so I went into visual merchandising or fashion merchandising, and I just kind of started there. I did it for factories for their showrooms, and then it just was a learning experience, but I knew that I wanted to maybe go into being a visual merchandiser in a retail store. So I went into retail, and then I did retail for many, many years.
Do you want to tell us about maybe some of the people or brands you worked with?
Yeah, so I started like first merchandising, learned a lot. I actually started with Sears, and I worked on their Kardashian line when the Kardashians actually had clothing at Sears.
I would actually think that that's the biggest, because a lot of people think, oh, some fancy brand or whatever, but it's almost like the more popular the brand, the less they pay.
Oh yeah, did I get paid the best? Probably not as a merchant, especially starting out. Yeah,
but when you can work at some place that's like 9 to 5 and healthcare and whatever, it's just more stable.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And from there, I mean, I went into working with other retail stores like Macy's, Target, and Forever 21 was one of them as well. And then I got to where I wanted to be, which was I was the top shop, top man, a specialist merchandiser for Nordstrom. And that was really,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so first of all,
Yeah,
let's hear it for the brown girls.
yes, we're doing
Get it,
it.
girl.
Yes.
Okay, so when you're like the top manager for Topshop,
Mhm.
again, what does that mean? So like, did the buyer say, here's all the crap that I bought, now you style it?
Pretty much. I mean, Topshop is a UK brand, so they would only sell online and at Nordstrom. And the new styles will come out. They'll ship us product, and I was in charge of making the floor look presentable, merchandise styled, just looking like how when you enter a Topshop store when we had them here.
That's
Yeah.
why your feed looks so damn good.
Visually, I love it. I'm a visual person. I like things to look pretty and and just cohesive. I can't help it.
So does your closet just look perfect?
Oh no, I wish it did. I mean, I have it categorized with like dresses by color,
Oh,
but because
my
because
God.
I have so much though, it's like busting. You know,
Do
like,
you ever have like a sample sale?
I sell on Poshmark.
Oh.
Yeah, so I use my photos that I've used on Instagram, and I will post those on Poshmark and sell the clothing.
That's smart. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Okay, so you're now like the grand poobah at Topshop, and you're making $1 million a year.
Ooh, I wish.
Ooh. And then what happens?
The pandemic happened. Yeah, I lost my job. Yeah, I lost my job. I was there for about 3 years, loved my position, and the pandemic hit, stores closed, and unfortunately, one of the higher positions were actually being let go a lot in the company, and one of them was mine.
Okay, so the day you get that notice, because you're hearing about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this person's getting laid off, that
Mm-hmm.
this
Yes.
division is closing,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, please God, don't let you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then your boss sends you an email or walks into
Yeah,
your.
I got a video call, and that was all. I mean, from there, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do social media full time.
So you
That's
had
it.
been doing social media.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I was always had my, I guess you'd call my 9 to 5 job, and then I always worked on social media, and uh, and then it kind of the pandemic forced me into going into it like full time, completely committing to it.
So how do you remember how many subscribers you had when you still had a 9 to 5?
I It's hard to tell because I think I started off small, 10K, then it just kind of grew and grew, and I've always had a job while I was doing social media. So it's kind of a hard question. It was always kind of like I was always working on it like it was my full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
So it started to grow, and and I would post as much as I could, and the more I posted, the more engagement, the more followers I would get. So yeah, it's hard to tell and give it like I can't remember a time frame where it just went like from one to another. It just kind of happened like gradually.
Where are you now? Do you know your numbers currently?
Yeah, I on Instagram I am 120K. Yeah,
Dang,
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Okay, so you get your head chopped off.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you cry for a day or two.
Yes, it was hard. Yes, definitely.
And then you go into social media full
Mm-hmm.
force.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because you always had a job, so I was assuming you weren't working with brands on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now all of a sudden, you want to work with brands. How do they know that you're available?
Well, I've always worked with brands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even with working a 9 to 5, I've always made time for it. I always did, even when I was off or at night or running right after work before sunset to go get those like sunset pictures. Yeah, I was that person. So for me, I've always worked with brands. I think it all kind of started. Oh, I think it's hard to remember. I think like it all really started when I started getting like when I got to around 10K maybe.
Right.
That's when I started working with more brands.
And did you just reach out to them or they reached out to
It was
you?
both. In the beginning, it was them reaching out to me because I was still new to this. I was like, I don't know how to reach out to brands. I'm still working, but at first it was like that, and then with them reaching out to you, you build contacts and you network, and then that way you are able to reach out to other brands as well. Because these people also work. Sometimes they're PR people, so they work with different brands as well, or maybe they move from one brand to the other. So just never know.
That's great. So I
Mm-hmm.
love that you said that because I think so many artists or influencers or whatever
Mm-hmm.
you want to, they operate in a silo and they don't realize the
Mm-hmm.
publicist that you work with today,
Mm-hmm.
who's at Alice and Olivia, will be at Harrods,
Yeah,
next
yeah,
year.
exactly. So I always try to be a good influencer and work well and just I don't want to burn any bridges. I respect what they do, they respect what I do, and you never know, like you said, they might not be they'll be working with this brand today and then another next. Yeah.
So okay, I'll talk about what I love about your IG. I love it's you're obviously young, but you have such a you are, but you have such a
Mhm.
sophisticated
Mhm.
aesthetic.
Mhm.
You do. But I feel like a lot of girls under 35, even under 30, everything looks like they're going to the club. Everything is too tight, too bright, and it's a very narrow spectrum too. It's all one kind of
Yeah.
outfit.
Mhm.
Now, I do love your consistent colors. Is denim, is white, is black, so,
Yes.
some metallic thrown in. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
So tell me how that came about.
Well, okay, so it took me many years to find my personal style when I was younger, experimenting, patterns, colors. I used to actually wear a lot of black when I was younger, but I had my aunt who would always tell me, "Oh, mija, it's like you look like you're going to a funeral," So I always thought black is you can't wear all black, it's bad, or. So I always tried to wear color, but it was just never me. I always felt my best when I was wearing like either black or a solid color. I'm not a print person. The only color I'll sprinkle in a pops of color here and there, or denim to me is my color. So it's just over the years my style has evolved, and I feel since I entered my late 20s and now in my 30s, I feel very comfortable in my style. I feel like I found who I am,
Hmm.
and I'm going full force, wearing all black if I want
All black, baby.
to.
No, it's very, like I said, it's very sophisticated.
Thank
It's
you.
very womanly too.
Yeah.
And you do a good job of making black look feminine.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
which is why we hardly work with any influencers, but
Hmm.
I wanted to work with you forever
Oh.
because it was so like
Yeah.
I was like, that's the kind of girl I want to
Hmm.
dress.
Well, I mean, I like I'm also a person that I just can't stick to one style as well. I need to experiment as well. Like I stay within the same kind of colors, but I like to feel feminine one day, and then one day I like to feel very edgy and rocker, and then there's times where I want to wear a power suit. I want to feel powerful, but it all depends on what I'm feeling that day. But like I said, everything kind of just stays within my color palette.
I think that's an
Mhm.
excellent way to do
Mhm.
it, and it's very smart. It's also very economical.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. Like I always say, basics are your best friends. Like seriously, with when it comes to wardrobe, buy yourself basics because you can use them over and over and just in so many different ways.
yeah,
Hmm.
everything matches. And I'm
Hmm.
always telling people like buy value over price.
Yes. Oh, I've learned that. Oh my God, when I was younger, it was about the quantity, like having the trendy things, I need to have this, and that, and these colors, and it was all about that. But lately, especially in the past like couple of years, I've been like, no, I want to focus on quality, not quantity. And those are the pieces that will also last you forever, and just their investments in my opinion.
Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
absolutely. Yeah, my mom used to always tell me like, don't buy cheap shoes, don't buy a cheap bag,
Hmm.
because even if it falls out of style a little bit, you can put it away in a few years. bring it back when you buy something cheap.
Oh, yes.
It falls apart, girl.
Oh my God. No, I've learned that styles that I used to wear in the early 2000s are now back. And I kind of regret getting rid of some of the things that I have bought. And then now I'm just like, oh, they're back in style. I should have saved my belts.
But we don't get that closet together so that you don't have to toss anything out. I bet your Poshmark is hot.
Well, I know you guys could go to shop at Sid's Closet and check it out.
Good. So, okay,
Yeah.
so that's Sid's Closet. That's
everything is all under Sid's Closet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so less about that. And one of the questions I had for you was about your business acumen, right? Because usually when somebody is creative, they might have hard times with the logistics and with business.
Yes.
How do you marry the two?
Ooh, that is something that every day I work on. I've always been the creative type, always have been. I was always drawing, painting, just always hands-on, DIYs, just sewing. Not the best sewer, but still sewing and altering my clothes. So I've always been that person, and going into business, it's always been difficult for me, or as you know, I'm always learning things, but it's definitely been a challenge.
Yeah, it's hard. Now, Sid's Closet is a company, but are there other people in Sid's Closet?
So,
Sid's Closet.
Sid's Closet. As of right now, I wear all the hats. I do have a photographer that I'm very loyal to, that I work with. I've been working since like 2008. He's the one person that actually pushed me into doing what I'm doing now. So I'm very loyal to him, and Jorge Lopez Media. If you guys want to go check him out, he's very talented. And from there, I do the rest. I pick out locations. I work with brands. I am the direct contact with brands. And even though Jorge is an amazing editor, he does edit the majority of my videos. I still like to have control over editing my images, because there's just a certain way that if you go to my Instagram, you see that I have a certain way I edit. But besides that, yeah, it's just me and my photographer.
Now, okay, I don't know how you do that. But are there plans to expand, or are you just like, I got it?
I've always thought of bringing, yes, I've thought about that before. As of right now, I'm not sure if I can do that, but I've always thought about it in the future, that I would like to have people that work with me, or people that I can mentor as well, because when I started, I just did this on my own. So it would be nice to have someone and help guide someone, an intern or an assistant. That's something that I have thought about.
And I would love to see Sid's Closet get on the road.
The road.
Yeah, what I mean by that is I never see you wear anything that's out of the average person's reach, right? But I would like to see I was so happy that you took us on, but I do want to see what would you do with, Paris fashions.
Oh my goodness, it's a dream. I personally, a lot of my inspiration comes from street style, that comes from Fashion Week in New York or in Paris. I love designers. Like I said, my inspiration mainly comes from that. If I could afford some of those pieces, I would definitely be wearing the exaggerated coats, or a big fun hat, or a bag, or yes, I love it. Like, just thinking about it, I'm just like, ah.
And tell me about some of your inspirations, or whether they be another stylist or designer.
Yes, when it comes to let's say celebrities, Tracy Ellis Ross has always been a favorite of mine. I found her through Girlfriends, and I love that show so much. And from there, I've been following her on Instagram. I think she's so beautiful. Her style is just so beautiful, and I get inspired by her a lot. And then from there, I follow magazines. Oh, magazines there have definitely been a big inspiration for me. I love to still go to a bookstore and go get a magazine. And definitely social media. I follow a lot of companies that focus on street style, because I feel like a lot of trends, a lot of fashion comes from street style. So I definitely go in there and I always try to get some inspiration.
Fantastic. Yeah, like I love looking at Fear of God. Like
Mhm.
that's not my style.
Yeah, sometimes no, it doesn't have to be your style.
Yeah.
You can just like, there's a bunch of things that I am like, well, I wouldn't wear this, but I love how it looks. It's beautiful. It's artistic. Like, it's just, we see it completely different. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it doesn't, I don't want to wear that, but it
Mm-hmm.
makes me want to go in my closet and see.
Can I make something happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Like, I always go, I look and I'm like, what can I kind of recreate from this image? Like, what can I recreate from the way this person styled their outfit? Like, definitely, I 100%
Play with textures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the museum. Like we're gonna do a collection that's really about the 20s.
Ooh, I love that.
And it's just because of the movies
Mm-hmm.
that I like. I like, old movies.
God, I love
So
movies.
it's gonna be like full length coats
Mhm.
with fur down the
Oh,
lapel and
yes.
slip dresses and
Mhm.
marabou. And I just gotta figure out like how to make it work accessible,
Mhm.
right? Because we spend so much time at work.
Yeah.
So once I crack that,
Oof, that's, oh yeah.
we're gonna be sending you a black.
Yes, please. Oh my God. For black coat. Oh God, yeah, the 20s. I love eras too. Like the fashion in every era is just so beautiful, and I love how like, yeah, just everything, like the movies. Oh my God, movies is another inspiration. I'm obsessed with movies. I'm a big horror sci-fi person, but I've always been obsessed with movies and wardrobe, and I love that. It's just I get also my inspiration from there. You know.
No, I'm absolutely the same.
Yeah.
So one of my big inspirations is when I was a little girl. Have you heard of Studio 54?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I know. Oh, no. So
Yes,
when I was a little girl, my mom used to go to Studio 54.
okay.
So I grew up like I was like 4 years old or something,
Mm-hmm.
but seeing her put on her wig and her
Mm-hmm.
makeup and
Oh
her
my God.
shoes to go to
Yes.
Studio 54. So whenever you look at Sante Grace, there's always something from the 70s
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
because that's just
Yeah, the inspiration. That's
yeah.
beautiful. Oh, the 70s. It's like one of my favorite eras, like fashion wise. I mean, we have Cher, we have, oh my
Donna
God,
Karan.
Donna Karan. Oh yes, Donna Karan. I just got a record player and I have one of her albums or records. It's just beautiful. Yeah, just so much inspiration from the 70s. I love that. I love the wide leg pants forever. Well,
I love Halston.
Yeah,
I love
yeah, it's just beautiful.
so, yeah. Well, is there anything else we should know about you?
That's a hard question.
I know, right? Okay, tell me, do you have any jewelry inspirations? I noticed you wear a lot of silver.
Yes, so since I was little, I've always like been a silver girly. Everyone around me has always wore the gold. I used to be like, no, I always like to do the opposite, you know? So I did silver, but then as I got older, I really started appreciating gold and I wore a lot of gold, but I kind of go back and forth a lot. I even mix metals sometimes, but right now I am into my silver moment. I guess you
It
could
looks
say.
great.
Thank you. I mean, I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but when I do, it's mainly just earrings and rings, a necklace here or there, but that's mainly what I stick with.
Me too. I usually stack rings.
Yeah, stack rings, like minimal rings, nothing too big. I mean, sometimes maybe, but just mixing minimal rings. That's just what I love to do.
That's great. Well, thank you for like schlepping out here to Beverly Hills to chat.
Thank you for having me. This was a great interview.
Yeah, we love you. We all watch you. I'm encouraging everybody to subscribe to Sid's Closet. I'm going to push her. Hopefully she'll be coming out with like a signature jacket or something soon.
Oh my God, a dream.
Yes, but go to her Poshmark and you can buy her collection there.
Yeah, you can shop my clothing. Also, if you want something specifically from what I'm wearing, you can also go to my Like to Know page, which is also Sid's Closet, and you can shop directly there too.
Bam. Yeah. You heard it here first. First of all, let me kick up those heels. Let me see what those are doing.
Oh, these are you want me to put them up to the camera?
If you can.
Woo! Wait there.
Oh, they're cute. I'm not trying to give you a workout or anything, but those are cute.
Thank you. wanted something,
Give it a little
silver,
pop,
little pop, my own version of popping a little bit of color,
Girl, no, you're
brightness.
doing it.
Yeah. Thank you.
One of the reasons I said jacket is because we haven't yet, but we found some Japanese denim.
Oh.
And I made jackets out of them. And
Oh.
I only through jobbers,
Mhm.
I only had enough for 50 jackets.
Yeah.
But
But it's a limited edition.
yeah.
Oh, I love a denim jacket. Ooh, if I have too many, or do I? Because I can have
Where do you have enough?
I don't have enough. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. A denim jacket. Yeah, it's one of my go-to favorite things.
So we'll send you one.
Ooh.
And they're numbered.
Oh, I feel so special. Thank you. I feel so special.
You are
Thank
special.
you.
You are special. Okay. Thank you so much.